Hi there! I'm sorry. It's been a while. Life, pursuit of happiness, whatever all that is, it happens. I haven't posted a video a few months, 3 months, 4 months. It's like 120 days or something. So I want to recap on what's happened since then. You see stuff happening, some changes, but for the better. If you follow my Instagram, you probably have an idea of what has happened since my last post, but we'll get there. So I want to recap, go back to like November time frame. I'm gonna add some footage I shot. So let's recap and go to that footage. I have been working. You can kind of see some parts just sitting there that you probably didn't see in the last video. I'll catch up on that. But you saw in the opening, I had my truck backed up to the garage. So, holy sun. I picked up something new, well, new to me, that I wasn't expecting to get for this car. It's one of those lunchtime reviewing Facebook marketplace, and I found it. And it was a deal. Got confirmation from the wife to go pick it up, and so I did. So what we have here is an entire M3 rear end. So as you guys probably know, the trailing arms I have on the car are the non-M version. If you don't know, there is a difference. Let me flip the camera on here. So the difference here is the M calipers and what's behind nut number 1. So the axles is a larger axle, larger spline count, and all in all just a stronger system. With the LS, this is one of my big nervousness about this project, and I don't need to worry about it now. I don't need to switch out the subframe I already put in. The subframes are identical. The diff on this one, I'm going to open it up to see if I want to keep it, but at the end of the day, I just need the trailing arms, axles, and axle stubs. So let me get this out of the truck and we'll catch up more. All right, I didn't film any of that, but got it disassembled. I left the arms on because I'm just gonna sell all of that. I don't need any of it. I got both trailing arms right there and the diff. Yeah, and then the other thing I did is I pulled out the stubs because I need to keep those, make sure it works. But if anyone is curious about this, is why I want the M3 stuff. So on this table is my old axles, and this is the old stub. That spline count, you can kind of see the size difference right there. Like, I think it's 27 to like 36, something like that from a count. And you can kind of see the size difference there. So you have a larger diameter, different screw pattern or bolt pattern, and runs different axles because they're bigger. I can't put the axles next to each other right now because I didn't take them off the hub. Just from a timing perspective to get these out of my truck, the axles are still there. So crazy to see this, but like, pause. I'm gonna lay it right next to each other. One sec. So what I was saying, it's the difference between this one and that one. This is the nut uses a 30 millimeter socket. That's a 36. You can see from the rotor diameter, there's a bit of a difference. So there's different casting size. Looking at that arm thickness, it's a little beefer, and then you see the M logo right there. There's that one, non-M. So, all in all, crazy bit of difference, but from a driving perspective, it makes a huge of a difference in strength. So, crazy. But I'm gonna clean up, and we'll catch up when I'm back out in the garage. Hey guys, it's been a few days since I filmed that excitement of getting the rear suspension stuff from an M3. I just came out to the garage to start revamping all that stuff, and I just wanted to show you the chaos that I've left my garage in the last little bit. So we are going to do a quick clean and then reshuffle everything. Look at this. This is chaos. Complete chaos. Just everything. I did truck brakes in a previous weekend. All the tools from dismantling everything. Just chaos. Just some sheer chaos. Something isn't right. I feel like my car has shifted. Like this. Okay, this is sketchy. That is sketchy. Everything seems fine. Give it a good shake. This jack stand has just been not. That one's fine. Okay, whatever. So we're out here. What I want to do today is get both of the trailing arms, the stock base model ones, off the car, and then start dismantling the the M3 ones so that I want to refurbish those a little bit like I did the ones I put on. The other thing, I want to get the other ones off so that I can get them sold, because I need to recoup some money. Bought the M3 stuff. I did list the differential, the subframe, the control, the upper and lower control arms. I'm trying to get rid of those because I don't need them and use what I have. Beyond that, I want to get to work. First off, we're gonna clean. All right, so we're all cleaned up for the most part. Gotta catch you up on the last 3 months. I bought a new car. Child's got a whip now. Kind of joking, but other things I've done. There's a couple things I noticed when I was on the garage, just kind of after daycare pickup and just kind of sitting around. The front, I had my knuckles on the wrong side. Crazy thing. I wasn't paying attention. I had the tie rod pickups switched up. Not a big deal. I did that just quickly while just hanging out with my daughter outside. The other thing I did was kind of mocked up a bunch of other things in the engine bay. Steering rack's in. Engine mounts are loosely placed. I'm working on trying to source some hardware. I kind of want to get some big washers, oversized washers for those 2 points, and then I need some big washers. I did find I have these kind of random washers in the garage. I thought I might try those first. Otherwise, I'm just gonna measure one of those and order some up. No big deal. Besides that, I did this stuff. Kind of mocked up all the steering stuff. So I got the arms on. I kind of bottomed them out both ways, and just kind of went from there. I'm not concerned about suspension setup, anything or whatever. We're getting there. These are locked in. The rack's not coming out. Kind of wish I cleaned it up a little bit, but it is what it is. So interior wise, I haven't done anything except make a mess with my daughter playing with her boots and whatever. So the big thing here today is going to be the suspension stuff in the rear. So as you can kind of tell by the bigger rotor and the M logo, it is M3 rear end trailing arms with the axle still in them because I didn't want to deal with the axle nut. So that's, I'm going to take it apart, kind of clean it up, just make sure I don't have to repaint the arm at all. But we do need to take everything I've assembled out, which kind of sucks. So that's what I want to try and do today. Is I want to get the base, the stock trailing arms out so I can pull the R-tabs out because those are spherical, and then I'm going to have to do the daunting task of pressing out the M3 stock ones. So I might kind of see where I'm going to go from here. Kind of play it loosey-goosey, see what I want to do. But that's what we're doing. We're out here. It's Minnesota. It's 20 degrees out. So we're just working. So all right, I've been working. I didn't time lapse it because I realized we did this already before. I don't want to redo a second video of the same thing. So still working on the driver's side. Got the one bushing out. I took the rotor off. Everything looks fine. I'm going to keep reusing this rotor, but I'm now going to just remove all the handbrake stuff because these are trashed. This car was thrashed. Look at this. Look at the handbrake. There's nothing left. Crazy. So whatever M3 these came from, this car was hammered. So I'm working through this one. I'm gonna get this one done. So what is it? Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be out here much longer tonight, but I'll come back out and then we can do the other one, and then it's working on the car. So I'll probably keep this video going. What the heck? And just kind of do one long video of swapping all this. But I don't want to film time lapse of the same thing over and over. So not going to do that to you guys. I'm just going to do recap. So I kind of realized that. All right, so now you're caught up on what happened back in November, beginning of December. So yes, M3 trailing arms, they're just sitting here. So I got through, got them all taken apart, got them prepped to this point, but December, holidays, things got away. January, I just been on kind of trying to sell things. I've worked on some deals, getting some parts here and there, and then February didn't do much. So now I'm back out here trying to recap where I left off, what I need to do, whatnot. So my goal tonight is to get the non-M trailing arms out, get the diff that I got, which to explain, the LSD like large case that came with the rear end I got, traded that for a medium case welded 391 gear, I believe, well, 390, whatever that is, medium case, so that I have the larger ratio and it's welded, not an LSD for my car. So I have the stub shafts, everything's ready to go. The diff is actually under there. Got it from a solid dude, just really solid dude. He was really nice. So the other thing I worked on, I got a lot of parts. They're stashed everywhere. So, and I'll explain those piles in a little bit. That might be a fun thing to catch up on. So, what else? I shoved my fuel tank under there because I was doing some stuff on that side of the garage. So yeah, interior, nothing's changed. So the goal tonight is to get the rear buttoned up so that next week when I have a day off and whatnot, this that can start happening, because I want to start getting the engine in, fuel lines, everything. Just started getting everything mocked up. Yeah, we'll see. I do have something interesting about the wiring that I'm going to come back to in a later video. I have changed my entire engine side plan, but I like to keep that a secret. So let's get to work. I probably, as like I said earlier, I'm going to not do time lapse as much. Just kind of give you guys an update, because you saw me put all this together, and which means you don't want to see me take it apart to put in stuff again. So we'll come back in a little bit and catch you guys up. All right, now back to me walking around my garage giving you an update. So it's been let's actually look. It's been almost 2 hours since the last update of giving you a recap of the last few months. So what have I done? So old trailing arms are out. I switched over my Part Shop Max bushings. I am so glad I got the screw-in ones, not the weld-in ones, because I would have had to spend another $300 on another set of bushings. But all I did was back the lock nut off, push them out, push these ones in. It was a lifesaver. So trailing arms are ready to go in. And the other thing I did by myself, by the way, super sketchy, I don't recommend it, is I got the diff in. That was super sketchy. At one point, let's get this light going. At one point, let's see if I can zoom in, I was hanging off by that bolt. Yeah, you get the picture. Wasn't paying attention, was jacking pushing with both my arms, using my legs to pump the jack, and the jack pulled back and the diff was literally hanging on by the edge of one of the bolts. Yeah, don't recommend it. Absolutely don't recommend doing that by yourself. And by the way, my car is so not safe. Not safe. But okay, so now I'm gonna try and do this in like an hour because I want to go to bed. It's already 10 o'clock. I want to get the trailing arms, the M3 trailing arms in, bolted, axles in place. I don't know yet. I could pull the axles back a little bit, but I might try and get the axle spacers. I don't know if I need them. Probably should get them just in case. But I'm going to measure for those and then put that in my mind for later. Go from there. So, heavy breathing, overweight. Let's go. Yeah. Thanks. Alright guys, we're on the last little bit. It's been 3 hours since I got out here and I had kind of a problem. It's alright. Dropped an axle on my head. But we are officially done with the rear suspension for the second time. So, entire rear suspension's on, diffs in, The only thing I don't have is I might get some different axle hardware, and I might get a axle spacer, as everyone recommends. So those are the two things I don't have in the rear, but I have 2 bolts in each of the axles to the stubs just to hold it everything there, and then I could always swap everything out if I get the parts. So old trailing arms out, and I am pumped. So the next thing I'm going to do next time I'm out here is the old brake lines, fuel lines, everything that's underneath in the tunnel. I want to clear that out because I have some -6 allen lines and everything to run. New fuel lines, as we all know, the brake lines are in the car to the rear since I'm running inline, so I don't need any of that stuff in the tunnel. Let's clear out the clutter, clear out the weight. It'll clean up the engine bay where they come up, and then I can start looking at mocking up some other stuff like the fuel regulator, all that. So that's the plan for next time. I do have a date set coming up for a full day off. I'm gonna be out here for as long as I can, so should have a lot of footage, or at least some progress on that day too. So, and if you're curious about that, I posted a video on TikTok tonight, so it'll be way before this video comes out. So thanks for watching again. Thanks for coming back after my hiatus. I will do better because I want to be driving May 10th. Fingers crossed. Peace out. Have a good night.